Hey everyone, I just wanted to chat for a few minutes about a question I get a lot. Um, how do I heal? How do I heal my body? How do I heal my mind? How do I heal my spirit? Um, and I want to make it like really. It's gonna sound so simple. It's gonna sound stupid. It's so simple because it's really all about our vibration. So there's a vibration that creates pain or suffering in the body, right? And so sometimes that vibration, a lot of times they're emotionally based. So it could be anger, it could be grief, it could be shame, guilt, whatever the vibrational state is that creates your healing, or I'm sorry, creates your suffering or your pain, is not the same as the vibration that creates your healing. And one of the first things that I do when I work with somebody, especially somebody who is wanting to heal their physical body, is get really clear about the vibration that caused their suffering and the vibration that will create their healing. Because it's really as simple as getting out of the old vibration and into the new vibration. So it's understanding I call it a neural pathway. It's understanding all the nooks and crannies of this new neural pathway. So let's say that anger, when I'm angry, I create a vibrational state that creates pain in my body. And when I feel loved or a sense of joy in my life, let's go with joy. Let's say when I experience joy, I create my own healing just through experiencing an inner sense of joy in my life. And there's a couple different ways to access that feeling of joy. When, especially because it takes some time and it takes some awareness and it takes some healing to really be able to inner resource, meaning to self resource our inner joy, right? It's easy. Most of us tend to rely on the people, places, and things outside of us to help us create that joy, right? We become codependent on people, places, and things in our world to provide that sense of joy for us, so to speak. But that's not what healing is about. Healing is about being able to self resource, meaning that at any time, at any moment, I can connect to an inner sense of joy that is real and true within me. And so there's a couple different ways that you can begin to access this. One is to think of a time in your life, to remember a time in your life when you felt really joyful, and to actually remember it as if you're experiencing it right now in this moment. And it will feel joyful. You will feel joy in your body. This is the best, one of the best ways that you get to know what joy feels like in your body. Because if you're in a vibrational state of being that is creating some sort of pain and suffering in your body, you're in that vibrational state more than you are in. If joy is your healing vibrational state, you are in the vibrational state of suffering more than you are in the vibrational state of healing. I don't use always very often, but this is always true. If you are experiencing pain and suffering, then you are in a lower vibrational state more often than you are in the evolved or expanded vibrational state that will cultivate your healing. And so we have to get to know joy. We have to get to know its curves, its edges, and all the nuances of how it feels in our body and where we feel it in our body and how we express it and what we look like when we're expressing it and the clothes that we wear, in the way that we decorate our homes, and the way that we show up in our relationships with other people, in the cars that we drive. Like, joy is an expression that will show up in all of those things. And we have to get to know it in here before we can experience it out there in the world. Real, true joy. And so we connect to it by remembering joyful times in our life. And we can also connect to it by imagining what joy would feel like now. So we imagine what we would have, who we would be if we were joyful. What else? What we have, who we would be, what we would be doing, what would feel so amazingly joyful to me right now to be doing in my life, to be having in my life. More free time, more vacation time, more time to travel, more time with my kids, more time, more time, more time, more time, right? But to not just think about those things, but to actually experience them as if they were happening to you right now in this moment. What would that be like? Healing is simple. We make it really, really complicated, but healing is really just creating an experience in the body that is harmonious with the healing that you are calling in. Thanks for listening. Let me know if you have questions.